I'm doing a massive tour of Australia, performing everywhere from big cities to tiny outback towns. It's 85 gigs, it's 26,000 kilometres, and I'm doing it all on my motorbike. Throwing research and relevance out the window, allow me to be your ill-informed tour guide to this amazing country. Hang on, motorbikes don't have windows, that doesn't work. On this leg of the journey, I'm going to be zigzagging backwards and forwards from Bathurst to Sydney, across to Adelaide, then down to Melbourne, and then I'm going to do a big long loop of Victoria. So I'm just outside of Bathurst. Bathurst is just over there, and I'm next to this thing, which is the big gold panning man, which it looks like he's drumming, but he's not drumming. I know that looks like, but he's panning for gold. But what they've done, because there's a Highland gathering on, they have the big Highland games and stuff. They've actually dressed him up. He's got costumes, so he's got a Scottish tartan bonnet. And they've put a kilt on him here as well. The only trouble is that when you come driving up the road from that way, you can see the dress, and if you don't know that that's a hat that matches he looks like the big transvestite. So I've arrived in Bathurst, and all the way up, like all the way from Canberra, it was just pissing with rain, and it was misty, and it was horrible, and I was drenched, and I changed into my leathers to try and keep dry, and then the second that I arrive in Bathurst, thump, the sunshine comes out, and the sun always shines on Bathurst, as Aha used to sing, and Bathurst is a really good place, not least if you look over there, you can see that it's the home to the Bathurst Panthers bowling club, which they're a bit like the Black Panthers, but slightly less militant. You know, they prefer just rolling the balls. There's a car here advertising a brilliant local service. It's a delivery service called Jews for Jesus. So if you are Jesus, or just any form of God, spirit or deity, you can ring up and you can have Jews delivered to your door. Apple juice, orange juice, anything you want. Could I have some cranberry juice? Are you Jesus? Yes, I am. They'll be here in 20 minutes. But in Bathurst, it's not all lawn bowls. Just up the road is Mount Panorama. So Mount Panorama racetrack. The greatest public road in existence. You can just drive around to your heart's content. Like these people here, who are doing it in some sort of Toyota Tarago people carrier. What better way to take in a racetrack than with your entire family? And they've got all the grandstands there and the bridge, and they've got all the tyres and the whole lot, right, left and centre. But there's a 60 kilometre speed limit, which is about 35, 40 miles an hour all the way around, which is really weird, going around a racetrack very, very slowly. But they've got loads of cameras, so yeah. I went up there today and we're making this documentary, and so what we did was we fixed these cameras on my bike, and I had this big camera on the front of my bike like that as I was riding around so we can get the fancy footage. And I didn't even realise what was happening, but the camera's on the front, and people coming the other way saw this big camera thing on the front of the bike, thought I was a policeman, and started slamming on their brakes. A guy in a Winnebago nearly put his entire family through the windscreen. Because I'm just riding along like that, and the camera's mounted on the front there, and I'm just like, all right, waving, and all he can see is me going, you're going to prison. Because is there speed cameras, or is that just bullshit for tourists? There is. Look at that. Speed cameras. He went, that's bullshit. Really? No speed cameras? Well, where are they? I love the fact there's a winery up there. That's brilliant, isn't it? I can't think of a more ill-placed winery than this. Just sat there, just having a wine tasting. Yes, I'm getting petrol, fumes. Yes, I'm getting burning rubber. I'm getting the smell of bogan. I'm getting a light waft of the gentle waft of just drunken men staggering around going, fucking get in there, you fucking beauties. Just standing there trying to enjoy a lovely afternoon, the sun setting. Yes, it really is. It's a beautiful bouquet. We've bottled this up. More wine, Vicar. Sydney, they've got a bit of a bridge over there, right? And then they've got that thing, which is for all singing opera and looking nice. Job done. It's really weird being in Sydney now, because having gone from all those country towns to here, there's just loads of people. I can't really, it's doing my head in a little bit. Mind you, it would be weirder if we turned up and it was like some of those towns and there was just no one on the street. So I'm outside the Sydney hospital now, and they've got this statue of a pig, of a wild boar, and the idea is you put your money in here like a wishing well, you give the pig's snout a rub, and that's supposed to bring you good luck. You know, it's a lucky hospital pig. The only trouble is that this is an eye hospital, and I've got a feeling that people haven't been rubbing this for good luck at all. I reckon that blind people have just been staggering along and going, like that. And then people went, oh, quite a lot of people are rubbing that pig. We could make a few quid out of that. And the slightly worrying thing is you can see here where the bronze has been rubbed, it's gone a bit shinier than the rest of the pig. But the really worrying thing is that if you look down here, the pig's penis is a different colour to the rest of the Rub the nose for luck, rub the penis for pleasure. That's what it says on the plaque on the front. Yeah. Yeah, of course, yeah.
Thank you.
Have you rubbed the pig yet? Yeah. Have you rubbed it for luck?
Yeah.
So,
want this one?
yeah.
One of the things you might like to try if you're in Sydney is to locate Japanese tourists and then just sneak yourself into their photos.
you want me to take a photo? Yeah, no problem. Yeah. You ready? It's quite a good camera, that. I'm just mucking him.
Thank you, anyone.
That's quite all right.
You'd probably like me to tell you all about the exciting touristy things that you can do in Sydney, but I'm not going to bother because my gig's actually in Newtown, which is just up the road. Once you've annoyed the Japanese, it's time to head off there.
You know my favourite shop on this street? Have you seen it down the road there? The Chicken Wizard. Oh, about 4 of you have seen that.
I've come on a great quest from all the way down there to the mighty powers of the Chicken Wizard, and he's shut.
There's a shop up there called the Chicken Wizard. Surely, if you had magical powers, if you were some sort of Gandalf-style wizard man, you wouldn't use your powers to cook chickens. It's an abuse of your chickeny power. Most wizards throw rings into volcanoes and go on quests and that. They don't stand around just going, "Do you want it extra spicy?" The hell is that?
But what's slightly spooky, and I want to stop this. It's about time we implemented a new rule that if you are a shop, say this place here, Chicken Wizard, look at the logo, right? Can we stop having the animals who are being killed? Like, I'm not an animal rights person, but can we stop dressing up the animals that are being killed for your dinner like they love it? You know, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't. Why would you have a chicken dressed as a wizard going, "Woo, I'm gonna be eaten"?
No, I'm joking. I am a friend to all the animals, except cats. Can't stand the bastards. No, I can't. Have you seen the Cat Protection Society? You go over the road there, there's a Cat Protection Society. Yeah. They don't save cats. It's a group of cats who extort money out of local businesses. Yeah. Come on.
You're gonna give us some cash, no fool.
All right then, there we go.
It's first thing in the morning, and I've got to do a gig in Adelaide now. The only slight downside is it's first thing in the morning, and I got back to the room and pretty much ate the entire contents of the minibar. So I've got a weird kind of jelly bean Toblerone kind of headache. So from Sydney to Adelaide, before you get to Adelaide, you can't go past your big orange. It's a classic. It's a classic of the big things. Is what they've done is they've put a big fence up along the front, clearly to stop citrus vandalism. The only trouble is, it looks a little bit like a big fruity immigration detention centre. The sign back there says, if you don't stop and look inside, you'll miss something really special. Trouble is, I've got to get to Adelaide, so something special will have to be missed. There we are. It's a fucking big orange.
This is Adelaide, the state capital of South Australia, with a population of 1.1 million and one shopping street.
thing I love about Adelaide is this place. They've built a beach right in the heart of the city where you can come down and you can play volleyball. Or if you're a cat, you can come down here and find the greatest litter tray ever built.
It's a great place to stay, Adelaide. We've got amazing gardens, beautiful restaurants, and the people are incredibly friendly. But not only that, according to the proud locals, the one thing they do better than the rest of the country is grisly murders.
Whereabouts in England are you from? Newcastle! You're from my hometown. Why the hell have I bothered coming all this way? I was already there and you... Hey, do you live here or are you on holiday? Oh, you're backpacking. Oh, great. Look at you. Oh, it's brilliant. I'll tell you what, have you backpacked before? No, I can tell. You know why? Because you haven't been murdered yet. That's why. Yeah. Because that will happen. I'm just saying it now. I'm not going to make any bones about it. The murderers will do that. They, no, you will be killed. No, I'm just saying it's an Aussie tradition. You know, to come to this country and not end up in a shallow grave, it's just not bloody Australian. So look at you going, well, there's no need for that. Sorry? I just told 16 other people they're going to get murdered. Oh, there's 16 backpackers in here tonight. Yeah. You see, what's happened there is the locals have viewed you lot as a challenge. Do you know what I mean? That's... What you've done there is you've registered as a group booking. Yeah.
On this stretch I'm going to be going from Adelaide to Melbourne, stopping at Mount Gambier.
From the people of the Blue Lake. You do know there's a blue lake here, don't you? I'm just going, what's that? I've never heard of it. It's the one thing every time I say to people, oh, I'm going to Mount Gambier, go and see the Blue Lake. You've got to see the Blue Lake. It's the bluest bit of blue water ever in a lake situation.
As soon as you say Mount Gambier, people go, oh, have you seen the Blue Lake? Oh, it's lovely. And I've always said to people, because I've always turned up and it's been dark by the time I've arrived, and then I've never had a chance to see the Blue Lake. And, you know, and I go, no, I've never seen it. People always say the same things. Oh, it's lovely. It's really blue. It's kind of the minimum requirement for a blue lake, isn't it?
I went up there today for the first time, and quite frankly, it frightened me. Yeah. Because the blue, like a normal lake, right? A normal lake is sort of like, you got the water there, and then the edges of the lake, right? You can just stroll down to, feed the ducks, maybe put a little boat in there and stuff. Your lake, lovely lake, sheer cliffs! That's nowhere. What's happening there? People taking their kids down for a lovely swim. Come on, kids, let's enjoy the lake. Hey! Ah! You know, you've got to go swimming in full rock climbing equipment. Like that, swimming around with crampons on and stuff. Going, this is brilliant, this. We're never going to get out alive.
I'm slightly disappointed, though. I know they've probably called it the Blue Lake because of the colour, but I was kind of hoping that it was called the Blue Lake because it was, you know, like a little bit saucy, a little bit blue, a little bit blue, a little bit blue, a little bit naughty, a little bit racy. Not fully graphically rude, but just a little bit cheeky, a little bit saucy, racy. That's what they, yeah. The Racy River, that's what runs into the Blue Lake. But that would be brilliant, as if from above you look down and the outline of the top of the lake through natural erosion spelt out, ooh, her missus, meow. But sadly it doesn't, you know. Or maybe it's just a big bum sticking out the, you know, the middle there.
That's quite scary, the fact that they're called the people of the Blue Lake. Do they just appear, like, every night when the Blue Lake just starts to turn dark and the people start emerging? With strange, eerie voices. We are the people of the Blue Lake. See how we have evolved. We have gills for underwater breathing. We have long, grippy claws for climbing up the side of the incredibly steep slopes at the side.
Just want to point something else out as well. Such a beautiful blue lake here, and then there's an excellent sign here to stop people littering with their dogs, messing the street. There's a rather odd sort of alien-shaped creature there that seems to be cleaning up after the dog, but even more worrying than that is just here, as he seems to be scooping up the poo and putting it on a toothbrush to clean his alien teeth.
I'm now heading down the Great Ocean Road to get me to Melbourne. The reason it's called the Great Ocean Road is because it runs right the way along the edge of the ocean, and it's great. There's another road called the Decidedly Average Ocean Road, but that goes through the desert. It's rubbish. This is Melbourne, an incredibly beautiful city with amazing architecture. You might not realise this, but a lot of the buildings here were actually designed using pens or pencils. I just realised I don't know anything about architecture there, but probably pens and pencils. Yeah, we'll go with that, one of the two. Definitely not crayons.
That's a well-designed piece of whatever the fuck it is. Federation Square. There was a guy who clearly got his pencils out and just did a lovely... He was going to build a skyscraper originally. He's doing a lovely big skyscraper. It was all angular, and he went like that, and he looked and he went, I don't know if that's right. And he screwed it up and he threw it away, and he went, right, I'm going to do it again. And his mate went, you do know you've got to hand that in first thing tomorrow morning. And he went, oh, shit. So he got the crumpled paper, and he just went like that. And his mate went, that's really good. And they built it exactly as it was on the paper. Just a big crumpled thing. If you go around the back of Federation Square, there's a giant fag end and some dust that was in the bin. But it was great. You all went like that. I didn't know that was the case. Giant fag end and some dust, yeah, apparently so.
So this here is the historic swing bridge here in Sale, and the reason that this was put in, you can see the machinery there to open the bridge, and the reason that they installed this was to confuse trolls, because obviously traditionally your troll is under the bridge here, and then the goats are trying to pass across the top and he's enticing them down, and he must always, it's the troll rules that you have to stay under the bridge.
And if you had a lovely bridge that could swing from side to side, you'd just have to get in the middle and start winding it, and the trolley'd be like this, it'd be trying to stay under the bridge at all times. And what you could do is you could put like a little, just here, just put a small lump of dirt, so that or a brick or something that the troll can't see, and and the bridge is going like that, and he could, and then you could have a spike, a big troll spike like that. Then by the end of, you could have that as a new event, and whoever catches the most trolls by the end of the week gets a special prize. You know.
I was standing here a minute ago just enjoying the tranquility and the peacefulness of all that the river has to offer. And a bleeding jet ski comes up there, bombs off in the distance, down that way, you know, like some sort of troll patrol. Troll patrol. That's a new drug on the market. Try new troll patrol. It gets rid of all your unwanted troll problems. Any troll needs troll patrol. I use it, and I haven't been troubled by trolls. My heart is bleeding though. One of the great things I love about Bendigo is all the brilliant statues that there are in the centre. This one here was put up in honour of all the husbands who have been forced to do the washing up, but haven't really done the job as well as they could have. This fella here was one of the first guys to try and avoid actually washing the dishes by simply eating his dinner out of the bowl and allowing his big beard to just wipe away the food. And then he put the dishes back in the cupboard, and his wife's going, "You've missed a bit. There's a bit of dried pasta and some cheese left on there." And obviously that's why they erected the statue, as you can see. This statue here, in honour of John Quick, who it says here was a lawyer, statesman and judge, is one of my favourite types of statue, because it's not just a passive thing that you can just look at. You can use this sort of statue to have a bit of a laugh. I'll show you what I mean. Hello, I'm John Quick, serial lawman and statesman here in Bendigo. Welcome. It's a lovely town with many different things to offer. We have statues, we have a bank, we have trams, we have a dragon museum. I'm just gonna straighten my tie. It's the patron saint of vets. They couldn't decide whether to go with this one or one with him with his hand up cow's bum. They thought that was more heroic. And it's very hard to capture this look in a statue on a cow's face. It's funny as well, look where his eyes are looking. They're looking up there. You think you'd be looking at the big creature attacking you, but no, he's looking past going, at the calendar, I missed my wife's birthday. Oh, and I'm being attacked by wild creatures. And this is a good one.
What is it? Queen Victoria holding a pigeon. What? Holding a pigeon? The ones in England, she's holding like a scepter or some sort of, you know, like she got a crown on, and she's got maybe it's like a ceremonial sword or jewels or something. Here, just a pigeon under her tits. Just a bosom like that, just resting on the pigeon. Just go, ah. Somebody's put a hedge at the bottom of it where the lion is. So instead of the lion like this, ah, it's like it's peeping over there. It's like a cheeky lion. A little cheeky lion that's not supposed to be there. Like he's going, oh shit, if I get caught here, I'm in a lot of trouble. He's really pissed off because he wanted to be held by Queen Victoria, and the pigeon got the gig instead. And he's looking up going, you bastard. Or maybe it's not a lion at all. Maybe it's just a cat on steroids that likes the look of the pigeon. And he's looking over the hedge going, I'm going to have that bastard. Yeah, I'm going to leap and grab it out of her hands. Just, ah! That's what the other statue is. You know, the one of the bloke getting attacked by the cat? He's got the same pigeon under his loincloth. What's that? A statue of a man being attacked by wolves and cats. Does anyone know what that's about? No, thanks for that. No, move on. Oh, you're clearly a local historian over there. No, nobody does. Somebody just went, let's have a statue of a man being attacked by a big cat. That'd be good, yeah. Fantastic. Well, a woman with a knocker hanging out and her arse on display looks on, going, oh, I'm a bit chilly, but at least I'm not being attacked by cats. Stop looking at me arse. Do this tomorrow. This is what I did. I walked past, I couldn't help myself. I was walking past the statue and I saw her bum hanging out and I walked past, I jumped up and I went, slap, and then moved on. Like that.
Slap that ass, slap the ass.
Why are we in country Victoria and you turn the corner and you're in 17th century Ming dynasty? What's that about? Some kind of freaky Chinese temples appeared with a sex shop. Because I'm a big fan of the kung fu films and that, and many's the time I've seen the thing where, the emperor's come out and he's turned to his subjects and he's gone, now is the time where we must go forth and we must fight for our lands and defend the temple. But first, you want a copy of Razzle? Nipping in there, flicking through, and all of his little assistants are there going, but master, we have no need for looking at nudie magazines. There is a woman in the park with her tit hanging out. Due to the placement of the plinth, one is able to stand on, leap up, and slap that ass, slap that ass.
I'm in Warnambool, which is normally a thoroughly lovely resort, seaside place, but it's been pissing down with rain and the wind's been shocking. I've been blustering and blowing about the place, and the reason that people come to Warnambool is because out there in the sea area of the town, they have the southern right whales come in, and you can see them, and they put on a bit of a show, and well, they just exist. They don't put on a show, which is disappointing, I feel. People have travelled, at least put a top hat on your blowhole and fire it off the top. Hello, tourists. Woo! They've got a thing down on the front there. It's a tourist attraction called Shipwreck. There was a ship called the Lockard which was sunk off here, and they've got a laser light show which basically tells the story and celebrates the sinking of that ship. I am aware that this evening at exactly the same time, and if I wasn't doing the show, I would be there myself. I'm aware that you could have gone down to the laser extravaganza that is Shipwrecked. And yes, and well done for making this your evening of choice, because there's nothing I like more than going down to a harbourside area and celebrating shipping tragedies in music and laser form. There's nothing I like more than finding the most tragic thing possible and thinking, you know what this needs? The work of Jean-Michel Jarre. It's ridiculous, carry on. You can't have a laser light show about shipping tragedies. It's not acceptable, I'd love to go to the casualty department of your hospital and see what's going on there. Somebody's dead. Oh my God, he's dead! Better get the lasers and the smoke machine. There's no better way to celebrate a tragedy than with music and light. I know, put string on him and we'll have them dancing. Hey.
For God's sake, some poor people died in a shipping truck. What was it? The something hard, the Lockhart. That's great. You even said that with pirate voices there. You got full, the Lockhart. Many people died. Yeah. We love a bit of tragedy. Turn on the smoke machine. You don't know what's fire from the ship disaster and what's genuine smoke machine. It's ever so confusing. That must freak out the whales when they come into the shore and they just come out the water like that, and the next thing you know, there's bloody lasers going off and fireworks explode. If you didn't have that going on, chances are they'd be here all year. You know, just an idea.
Come on, be more inviting to our whale friends. That's what I say. And actually, it's quite a dangerous place here for wildlife, because if you have a look over here, right, look, you can see here there's obviously been some sort of platypus murder. There you can see the outlines of the two platypus, and there's a maple leaf there, Canadian maple leaf, which suggests to me if I was Ross Noble, the motorcycling detective, I would look at that and instantly say a couple of platypuses, a collection, a couple of the platypus and his friend, I would say, has been killed by a Canadian. Case closed. The only problem with the whales is that they only come for like 1 month a year, and it's not the right month now, so that's about as close as you're gonna get. That's what they look like. Like if it was the right time of the year, that's what you'd see. But obviously there'd be water where the hedge is. Think of the hedge as the water, and yeah, and then underneath the water, people don't know that they've actually got like a large aluminium leg that sticks down like that. That's connected directly to their stomach, and they can hoover up krill from the bottom of the water. Cottage cheese, that's what that is. They leap out of the water, dive into a nearby cheese shop, slide through, take all the slightly softer cheeses, and then go back into the water. And that's a perfect representation there of what a whale looks like after it's been on one of its dairy raids. Cheese World. It's a world of cheese. Imagine a world where everything's cheese. That's what they've created here. Cheese World. I'm not going to hang around. I'm not going to look inside. I'm not going to go near the nightmares that Cheese World would conjure up for me. Too terrifying. And also, at any moment, a giant whale could leap out and get the cottage cheese.
To be honest with you, that frightens me. Because, you know, a little bit of cheese, lots of nightmares. You spend a day at Cheese World, it spins you out till you're mentally ill. I've been at Cheese World and I'm seeing my dead relatives coming at me with the faces of lobsters. They've what? That's great. The fact that you lot stared and one person went, what? I'm just talking about the nightmares the cheese induces. I'm not saying that is one of the things that Cheese World offers. If you eat cheese, you get nightmares. That is one of the nightmares that I would have had I eaten lots of cheese. I don't mean you turn up to Cheese World and somebody goes, hello there, welcome to Cheese World. Why not try some wine, enjoy some lovely cheese? And one of our new attractions, why not go in there and be chased by the ghosts of your dead relatives with the faces of lobsters? Good Lord, that's certainly an interesting option you've given me. Run for your life! It's much better when we just looked at whales. today I went to the Lookout, the big red rock thing, because you've got, this is the thing that I'm not sure about. I went up there and there's a big stone plinth, such as used for a statue, but nothing on it at all. It's like they've gone, oh, we'll have a statue to a local person of interest. What? There's no people of interest ever come. Oh. We've got the plinth now, though. What are we supposed to do? I don't know. I'll tell you what, I'll nip into the town and find the most interesting person. We'll bring him back, we'll just get him to stand on it. It's like every day, just the local butcher standing like that. Just going, I don't think this is working, to be honest. Did it have something on it at one point? Yes. You sound pissed off, like you were the one that has to clean up all the statue thefts. Yes, there were. A what? It was a sundial. Ooh. The hoons kept wrecking it. That's the problem with hoons. They've got no respect for medieval timekeeping. Do you know that? That's the problem. You know? A community can't even have a sundial without hoons. They're the ones, hoons, coming in and wrecking it for everyone. You know, either stealing the dial itself or wearing unnecessarily large hats and standing in between the sun and the dial. But yes, the poor little kiddies coming up to look at the dial, excited. What time will it be today? And there's a hoon standing there with his big hat on, casting a shadow, flying a kite near the sundial. That will block it out. There we go. Hiring a giraffe, slapping its arse so the giraffe walks in, casting the shadow, and the poor child cries. And in the end, the hoons just went, bollocks to it, we're having that. And they're probably off, joy sundialing. Yeah, it makes me sick. They find a particularly sunny field or car park and they set it up and they go, what time's it now? 2:15. Yeah!
The chainmail is absolutely blade-proof.
I can't help feeling that that's the start of one of those when medieval hijinks goes bad.